Mr. Botticelli's in the chat, man. What's up?
Mr. Michael Botticelli, history with Mr. B. There he is, man. I love this man.
I love seeing his name, man. He's consistent too. He's always showing up and just saying hello. He says, "Can someone be successful in life without being an entrepreneur? Can a regular guy be a winner without being a businessman or an owner?"
Absolutely. And in fact, yesterday I was on a podcast. Shit, I wish I knew the name of the podcast. It escapes me right now. And the guy asked me that question. Statistically speaking, only 7% of businesses are successful. And success is defined by they are making enough profits to give the owner a living wage to live and have a decent place to live and food and etc. Only 7%. So that means we got a 93% failure rate in business, right? So that tells us that 93% of society should not be an entrepreneur. It is high risk. You're on 24/7, 7 days a week, solving the world's problems. You are the person that everyone turns to when there's a problem. When the pandemic hits, everyone turns to next person, until the CEO turns to me and goes, "What do we do?" I got no one to turn to, Leighton.
Right.
The buck stops with me. I have to come up with an answer. Yeah. I don't know if it's the right answer, because when the fuck have we had a pandemic in my lifetime, right? But I have to come up with an answer because they're looking for an answer for multi-million-dollar companies. And so that is pretty scary shit. But I know I'm cut to be an entrepreneur. Like, I'm meant to be in this battle, and I enjoy the blood and the guts and the glory that comes with it. 97% should not. And in fact, there's certain people who I love dearly who I believe should not. And so it is very possible to be successful, because what is success? Do you make enough money to do what you want in life and without being in debt? If the answer is yes, go to the next one. Do you have time freedom to be able to care about your health, your fitness, your family, your faith? The answer is yes, go to the next one. Do you feel you have sovereignty? In other words, can you freely move around the world with, are you living in a country where you can freely move around the world? Or a state, because the United States can be a little wacky with some states not allowing you as much sovereignty as others. And if you have the financial means, you have the ability to have meaning in terms of your health and family and faith, and you have sovereignty, then guess what? You are a successful human being. You're a successful human being. And that can happen very easily, whether someone is a teacher, like my dear friend here, Michael Botticelli, whether someone is in sales, like you are, right? Or anywhere in between that category. It's just you have to manage your money differently. You have to make investments, and over time, let it compound. And maybe you're doing some other work on weekends that allows you to make a little more money, and you say, this work that I do on weekends is all of my investment money, but in 10 years, that's gonna give me a higher level of freedom and financial sovereignty. Then you don't ever have to be an entrepreneur to be successful. It's just the sport that I chose. And I think social media has made entrepreneurism glorified, and no one sees the blood and guts behind the scenes. Like, I know you guys see it when I come in here in a funk, because you especially, we've known each other for so long, you'll text me, "Hey B, everything okay? What's going on? Just checking in on you." And I know like Leighton knows the look on my face. He's like, "I wonder if B's looking to kill himself." He's probably not, but let me just check in on him. And I never am, but sometimes the weight of the world and the problems are so intense that I go inward. But when I'm able to fight through that and come out the other end of it, I'm like, fuck yeah. Like, it was my version of a Super Bowl. You know,
confidence boost there too.
Yeah, the confidence boost there too. But man, I know that's not meant for everyone. That's a sport, just like, you know, Navy SEALs and Army Rangers and Delta guys. Like, they're cut from a very different cloth. Like, they will run towards battle. They get some kind of high out of it. They are designed to operate at such a high level under massive amounts of stress and the risk of death. You know, but then when they come into my world, some of them are unable to do that. And I coach some of those guys. And I have to gently show them that entrepreneurism is just a different battlefield. And the enemy is not very specifically identifiable. So here's how the enemy show up on my battlefield, the entrepreneurship battlefield. And they get it, they understand it. But it's not for everybody, that's for sure.